What's up, chosen ones? It's your boy again, Supreme, man, with another one. I'm gonna go real deep today because I've been wanting to share this testimony about what happened in my life one time, and I just didn't do it. But now I got more of the courage to share it because I feel like everybody needs to know, what hell is, and it is a real place. So I'm finna, break it down to you and just tell you this story about my life, what happened. So when I was younger, I probably was around 22. I used to be real heavy in drug abuse and different things. And I was on papers, and then I got sent to rehab. My PO was like, you gotta do rehab, you gotta do inpatient. So, I'm young, I'm stupid, I ain't trip. I was like, all right, I don't care. So I went to rehab, and I was there a couple of days. It probably was like maybe my third or fourth day there. And I'm laying in my room, I'm in my bed, and in their bathroom they had like this little red light. I don't know why they had a red light in the bathroom, but it was red. And this particular night, I slept with the door open. So, I laid there for a minute, fell asleep, and all of a sudden, it felt like my body was doing a descent, like going down. I mean, like it was like something was pulling me down, and I was falling into a hole. And as I was falling in this hole, I can hear like voices, like people screaming and stuff like that. And it was hands and stuff grabbing at me and grabbing at me, and I'm falling deep in this hole. And when I get to the bottom of the hole, it like I fell into like a pit, almost like a cavern, like a cave. And I'm inside this cave, man, and I just remember it was just like all red, and it was hot. It was hot down there. It was fire. And I'm walking in this cave, and I can see different other caves, what I'm saying, with like, I guess like candles, like them old school candles that be on like a metal rod. It was like old school candles like by each cave. And so I'm walking, you know what I mean? And I already in my mind realized where I was at. I'm like, man, I must be in hell. Because you can just see the scenery, man. It was just, the smell, I can't even describe it. It was just so, almost like sulfur, but even nastier, man. And it was just hot down there. And so I'm walking down the little, I guess you call it a hallway to these different caves. And I come up to the cave, and I look to the right because it was on the right. I look in there, and I can see like on top it was a mantle, and it said, it was like had my family name on it. So I'm looking, and like, so I walk in, and it was two caskets, one on the left side and one on the right side. And I look to the right, and all of a sudden I didn't realize it, but one of my brothers was with me. So I walked into me and him walked into the cave. He had got on the one casket on the right side, and I stepped to the one on the left side. This is where it gets crazy. So we like, man, what's in these caskets? You know what I mean? And mind you, I don't know where my brother came from. He just popped up. He was just there. You know what I mean? And we was like, what's in these caskets? So we walked by the caskets. He on the right, I'm on the left. And all of a sudden, I'm talking about out of the blue, the caskets flip open. And we look, and on the left side casket was one of my cousins. I ain't gonna say no names. And on the right side, on his casket, was another one of my cousins that had deceased or had passed away. And so we looking in the caskets, we like, man, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? Now in my mind, I realized that this must be the place where the devil keeping, people's families and stuff, you know what I'm saying, that went to hell. And so I'm looking in the casket, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the bodies that was in the casket start popping up, like this, like animated, you know what I'm saying, popping up. And I'm just screaming. I'm like, God help me, God help me, you know what I'm saying? And this the crazy part of the dream. Out of nowhere, boom, I'm talking about just out the sky, just come straight down. Boom. You know what I'm saying? It was a straight angel, man, that came down. And I ain't gonna say who that angel was. I ain't gonna say no names because I'm not gonna put it out there, but because that's for you to know. But this angel came, and it was like, I'm gonna tell you, it looked like a regular person. You know what I'm saying? But I could tell it was an angel because the wing spread. It spread it all the way out. Then the wings was so big that it spread it out through the whole room. And he reached out his hands like this, and he put his hands over both of the caskets. And as he was putting his hands over both of the caskets, the animated bodies, they just started going down, 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 until the caskets floop closed again. And he looked at me, man, and I'm gonna tell you, with these fiery eyes, he looked at me, and what he told me, I'll never forget. It give me chills to this day. But he was like, "Don't come here. Don't come here. This place ain't for you. Do not come here." And boom, he went right back up. And then I woke up. Now I'm in the now I woke up. I'm in my bed. I'm sweating. I mean, I ain't never sweat like that before. And mind you, this rehab that I was in, it was an old building. This is the same building. A lot of people from my city know what this building is. It's the same building that the girl, well, not the girl, but that they made, that the person that was in the movie Exorcist, that they made the movie off of, the real person, because it was based off a true story. That person was in this place because it used to be like a mental hospital. You know what I'm saying? And this person was in this place, man, and that place was known to have, demonic activity and different things, and people would, would be talking about the different experiences they have. But that night, I went to hell, man, and I'm gonna tell y'all, man, because a lot of people don't believe in it, but it is a true place. It's a real place, and you do not want to go there. It's not for no human. It's God made hell for the fallen angels and the Nephilim. You know what I'm saying? That's the place that he gonna send them. You know what I mean? If you go to hell, man, they ain't gonna do nothing but torture your souls. I'm talking about, I heard screams of billions of people down there. Billions of people down there. And that was just one part of hell. I know if I would have walked down that whole aisle where those caves was, I would have been in a whole nother chamber of hell. But it was just lucky that I went to the right and I seen my family name above the cave. This is not a place where you want to go, chosen ones. Get your heart right. Keep your mind on God. I'm telling you. And it's a lot of stuff that I didn't describe that it'll just be too much for YouTube. But that was my experience of going to hell. Now, It is real talk. Like I say, it's giving me the chills right now because it's just things like this just it don't happen. It happened a long time ago. And even after that, I still did bad things in my life before I came to God. But I had, God in my dream. He showed me how hell was, how hell feel, and it's not a place you want to be, man. So I ain't gonna run up for too long, you know. And the crazy thing about it, I also had a experience about heaven. God took me to heaven, and maybe one day, you know, I reveal that. But just it just took me a lot to open up to even say this. But I just feel God, the Holy Spirit, is leading my heart to share my testimony of what happened. So y'all stay prayed up, man. And like that angel told me, do not go there. Do not go there. All right, man. I'll talk to y'all later.